Hi, I'm Wayne Worth, and I'm running for the West Virginia House of Delegates here in Harrison County. This new boom in natural gas production, especially in the Marcellus Shale, has both created a lot of excitement and controversy. No matter what side of the issue you're on, one thing is for certain. The industry is here, and it will be here for some time, in some sort of capacity, depending on regulation. You cannot question the economic opportunity that this industry will bring, and the boom it will provide in many of our communities across the state. However, history provides us a very important lesson when it comes to getting our fair share of the wealth from extractive industries. And that leads to the question, how does a state with some of the world's richest natural resources be one of the poorest states in our union? Well, the answer is pretty simple. Most of the wealth from our natural resources has been shipped out, and there has been very little investment from these extractive industries in means of providing their fair share to the future economic development of our boom and bust communities. This is especially evident when you consider it took until 1987 to enact a coal severance tax law in West Virginia. 100 years where the wealth from our most precious finite resource was being shipped to another state or country, and we, the people in communities of West Virginia, get very little in return. In my travels through every West Virginia county, I began to fully understand the boom and bust community and the poverty that precipitates from it. I have seen communities that on a typical Saturday 50 years ago, barely having enough room to walk through, become almost desolate and abandoned with some of the highest unemployment and poverty rates in our nation. In my profession as a social worker, I have also worked with many senior citizens in these communities who depended on family to take care of them in their latter years, but their sons and daughters couldn't because they had to move out of state to find greater economic opportunity. I don't want a West Virginia where young people have to make the choice of either living in poverty just to stay in a place that they love and call home, or move away to where there's more economic opportunity. And I especially don't want this sort of future for Harrison County, the epicenter of West Virginia's Marcellus shale boom. That is why when elected, I will support legislation that creates a West Virginia Future Fund, a severance tax on natural gas that will provide revenues for future economic development even after the industry goes bust. Many of our state leaders are also on board with this legislation and are working tirelessly to educate and inform others across the state on the benefits that a future fund law will have on the future economic development of our boom and bust communities. At the end of the day, though, we really have to ask ourselves two simple questions. What is important to my future, and where is that future? For me, it's home, a place where I see my happiest memories becoming a part of my future.